Hi, welcome to the channel today. Today we're going to be talking about did I mess up on my tomato starts. And basically what I did is I did use the Fox Farm Ocean Forest potting mix, the potting soil, and it's a good mixture. The problem I've had, and this is something I didn't know, it's not a fault of the mix, but it is very nutrient dense. So basically 24 days ago, I planted these 2 trays of tomatoes. And I was expecting them at 28 days to be 4 inches tall. 4 inches tall is this tall. So as you can see, they are way taller than I expected them to be. And we still haven't got to 4 weeks. So the problem I have now is they're really getting too tall. They're getting a little bit leggy. Some of these right here are very leggy right here because they didn't quite grow quite as fast. So the smaller ones are going to be taking a bigger hit. They got a little tall here. I think they hit the lights. That's what caused that. So I've got that problem. So one of my lights are taller than the other one, so one of them can handle it, one of them can't. I have been putting them outside, trying to do anything I can to slow these little puppies down because they're wanting to grow and they're wanting to bust open. Before, when I had the regular mix, I would just cut back on the fertilizer. But the fertilizer is already in this mix, so I can't cut it out. I've not put any fertilizer whatsoever in this mix, but they're growing really aggressively. So, even if you come up over here, these here are dwarfs, and even the dwarfs, that's about the size I expected at 4 weeks. Okay, about this size of my regular tomatoes. Well, my dwarfs are that size at 24 days. So, what I'm going to try, and we got 2 days next week, we're going to be in the upper 20s, which is too cold to be able to put them outside. So I've got to repot these, and the problem with repotting these is when you do that, then you start running out of space for your lights and things in your trays. But I'm going to repot them. I think I'm also going to start another tray of just regular tomatoes, the Better Boys and stuff. I got some extra seed of those. I bought a bunch 4 or 5 years ago, just as a backup, because once we get through that weather next week, next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, that's probably the time I have to plant these out because they're just getting too tall, they're getting too leggy, they're getting too lanky. I am going to pot them up Saturday. I got some 4-inch pots coming in, or 3.5-inch pots coming in. I put them in there. Then I take up more space. I have to get another tray and set up a little light system, but that's all I can do right now because they're just getting way too tall, way too leggy, and it's way too cold to plant them. So I thought I'd waited long enough. I planted these January 20th, and this is how tall they've gotten. So they've done really well. And if it had good weather, that'd be great. But the weather's not cooperating. I've got too much fertility in them. I'm not going to add any fertility, and when I go to the next round, I'm just going to go with the regular peat moss perlite mixture and just put the rest of that in there. So trying to get these to slow down so they won't grow so tall. I have been setting them outside. We've been down in the 40s last night. I still set one tray outside and left them all night, just trying to stunt these enough that I can still be able to plant them out in another week to 10 days. So we're going to see how this goes, see what works. But yeah, I didn't expect this, and so when you try something new, sometimes that happens. And but honestly, this also shows that in 3.5 weeks, I can have tomatoes ready to plant outside. So they always say 6 to 8 weeks. If you're doing it inside in your house with a really good potting mix, that's way too long. 3.5 weeks where I got these up to this size right here. So anyway, just letting you know, and I'll show you, I'll keep you informed of how it goes, and I will decide whether or not to plant another tray. I'm not going to plant a tray of these types, but I can plant a tray, like I say, of just a regular big boy, big beef. I got some of those in Whopper and different varieties of that. I don't want to go to that length. It also means you got to set up a 4th lighting system, so it's a little bit touch and go. Because the problem is when you put in 4-inch pots, I got all these out here. Well, that means that 2 or 3 rows of these can take up one of these trays, and I do got one tray there I can steal. Another tray over there I can steal, but then you start running out of space with your lights. So anyway, but the other thing I can do if I get past next week, I can just keep them outside, let them, sit outside at night and then get some light off the porch if I can keep my stupid dogs from knocking everything over. But anyway, before I talk any longer, thanks for watching. I'll keep you informed. See you next time.